Good morning, welcome to our home. I'm Julie and I'm so glad you're here. Today is our first day back to school. We are homeschoolers and we consider ourselves year-round homeschoolers, but we did take the month of July, actually a little bit of June. I think it was about 5 weeks that we took off just for a break and doing some projects that were outside of the norm of our table work and things that we do when we are having our school days. So our mornings start with my children doing their morning checklist, and they are brushing their teeth and getting dressed and all those self-care kind of things. They're reading their Bible. Actually, I've done a video on our morning checklists and on our morning jobs and all of that. I can link that below for you to watch. So once they are done with all of those, which we kind of take our time in the mornings. I am not one to be very punctual about getting my kids out of bed at a certain time or having breakfast on the table at a certain time. We just enjoy a leisurely start to our morning, and so that's what we do. So my kids will all generally get up within the same hour. Usually by 8 everybody is up. Occasionally people will sleep later than that, and then sometimes I'll have to prod somebody out of bed a little bit because we don't want to sleep too late in the mornings. But some of my kids are naturally early risers, and they will get up and get a lot done before the other kids are even out of bed. So we will have kind of a breakfast that I make for everyone. Today I made some omelets, some cheese omelets and smoothies. So then once they are done with their morning jobs, they have a little bit of free time. This gives me a chance to just pay some attention to my youngest children, because I have found that if you spend time with your little ones at the beginning of a school day, then everything will kind of go a little bit smoother because the younger ones will feel like they've gotten the attention from mom. And so I will spend some time with them. It also gives me a chance to finish up any cleanup or things that I need to do in the mornings, and it gives my kids a little bit of free time. Then sometime around 10 o'clock, we come together for our morning subject that we have as a family. So today, getting back to school, my kids were really excited to get some new school supplies and to see things, how things were. I bought some plastic drawer sets this year so that each child had their own drawer for their school supplies, and I think that's going to work really nicely. So they will have their own pouch with supplies in it, and also they can keep their notebook and their folders for their log books right there in that drawer set. So when we got back together and we sat down for our morning time together, I had a little bit of a wrangling. Sometimes I feel like I'm wrangling cats. That's kind of my joke, is sometimes the kids scatter in different directions and it's like herding cats to try to get them back together, and I had a little bit of that going on this morning. And so I decided to start our time back together with watching a fun video on clouds. It was very silly. I will link it below if you want to watch it too. It has a little bit of potty humor in it, just to be forewarned. But it was a fun educational video on the different names of the different types of clouds. And so they watched that. They actually watched it twice because it was so funny. And then we gathered at the table and we munched on some apples while I read from one of our nature books about the different types of clouds. And we're learning the names of cirrus and stratus and what it means when you see those different types and what they look like. And then we took some time to draw a simple picture and label it. And my little ones, I got out a big bag of cotton balls so that they could just glue the cotton balls on, and of course that was a hit. You know, anytime you get out glue and messy things with small children, you're going to have very happy little ones. The other funny incidents that we've been having this morning is that in my new school supplies zipper pouches that I gave each of the kids, I bought them each their own little scissors, which came with a safety guard on it that you take off to use the scissors. And I should have known, but I just wasn't thinking, that my two little boys would be so tempted to pretend they were swords in a sheath. And so they kept getting into those school supply pouches and pulling the scissors out of the safety guard as if they were removing their sword. So much of my morning was spent reminding them that that's actually not what we do with scissors, and having them put them back into the safety shields and put them away. So that was a large part of the day, but I'm sure that the novelty will wear off before too long. So after we had some time together, then of course we moved into lunchtime. I just melted some cheese on some of my fresh sourdough bread and put that in the oven just long enough to melt it, and then we had some leftover salad, and we even had some chicken left over, so I just kind of pulled that all out for people to eat. And when lunch was over, we rolled right into doing their math and copy work. Those are the other two requirements I had for them today. I wanted to especially encourage my oldest daughter to get hers finished because she is leaving at 2:30 for her 4-H group that meets to ride horses. Well, it is 2:15. We're getting ready to take Isabella to 4-H, but I just wanted to show you the tornado that happens by the time we're done with some schoolwork. We have dishes to do, and table is a mess. Couch, I don't know why they took about the couch. That no understanding there. This is a bunch of zucchini that I was excited to get. My father-in-law brought me, and we had a mystery box of paper show up. Someone blessed us with a whole box of computer paper. I have a feeling I might know who it is, and I'm super excited because, you know, school supplies. There's a baby. Hi, baby. So that's what happens, but fortunately it only takes a few minutes to put everything back in its rightful place and move on with the rest of the afternoon. So it's been a pretty smooth day with just your normal ups and downs that come anytime you have 8 children, 13 and under. I try to remember to welcome those interruptions as a positive thing because I have an opportunity to work with my kids and teach them about relationships and how to respond to challenges or frustrations. These are the years that we get to teach our children how to do that. And so while it is very tempting to see it as a frustrating interruption, and I'm not going to claim that I do this perfectly, I'm also often very frustrated, I do try to remind myself in those times to step back and to welcome the interruption because it is part of raising up children to be great adults. I'm actually tonight going to be meeting with my moms in my Delightful Homeschool Moms group, my membership group. Tonight we are doing a live Q&A video, and so we're going to be meeting at 7 o'clock. I'm really excited about that. I'm just looking forward to chatting with them. This group has been such a blessing. It's amazing how much it has encouraged me in just these first, what has it been, a week and a half, I guess? It's been really wonderful. If you still want to join, it's $8 a month and you have another day to join. I'm going to be closing the group Wednesday night. So you have through Wednesday if you're wanting to join, and then I'm just going to close for a while so that we can really focus in on our community, on building relationships and helping one another. It's been a great thing. So if you were considering joining, you could even just join for 1 month just to see if this is a good fit for you. If not, you're free to cancel. But I have a feeling that you are going to love it just as much as I do. I hope you enjoyed this little peek into our first day back to school, and we will see you guys very soon.